Another nail biter. This time it's Shelby Harris making the big play. Hello, and thank you for joining us for the Broncos live post-game show. I'm Phil Milani alongside Andrew Mason. The Broncos win 24-17. It came right down to the wire. Mace, what'd you think of the final goal line stand?
Well, just stunning, really. A stunning play by Shelby Harris. A stunning decision on the negative side for Ben Roethlisberger to throw it there in that scenario. I think a lot of us were watching on the sideline thinking, what is he doing? But you know what? You'll take it. Just like last week when Phillip Rivers throws incomplete there with just under 2 minutes left. You'll take it. You did have an opportunity. And look, if they'd completed that, Broncos would have had a chance to go down, get a game-winning field goal. So it wasn't all that, but really just a great stand at the end. Great athletic play by Shelby Harris. And a final takeaway on a game where the takeaway margin, that was key. Broncos, 4 forced turnovers today, none for the Steelers. You're going to win a lot of games when you have a +4 turnover margin like Denver did today.
The Steelers had 3 plays from the 2-yard line to try and tie the game. The Broncos defense coming up big there. Let's show you how this game unfolded. The Broncos, it was a tied game 3-3 in the second quarter. Phillip Lindsay showing off his speed. Speed kills. A 32-yard run there for the undrafted running back out of Colorado. We'll have more from him later on. A few plays later, tight end Matt Lacoste, a 10-yard touchdown, his first of his career. Broncos up 10-0. The Steelers scored 14 unanswered, but then Chris Harris Jr. made a huge play, his 3rd interception of the season. And then just 2 plays later, Emmanuel Sanders ties it up at 17. Sanders had a big game versus his old club, 7 catches, 86 yards. And then after a Bradley Roby forced fumble, there he is again, Phillip Lindsay. A touchdown there, finished with 14 carries, 110 yards. And then Shelby Harris coming up with an interception right in the end zone as the Steelers were looking to tie the game up. The Broncos win 24-17. Mace, how did they do it?
Well, they did something today that they've never done before. 527 yards allowed to the Steelers. That is the most yards the Broncos have ever given up and won. When they've given up more than 520, they were 0-8 coming into today. They got the win. What else the Broncos did? They fed Phillip Lindsay, like you mentioned, making plays over 100 yards. The Broncos are now 5-1 when Phillip Lindsay rushes for 70 or more yards, and they're undefeated when he averages more than 6 yards a carry, as he did today. Case Keenum played within himself, no mistakes.
His 3rd game in a row without an interception.
He's played clean games throughout the month of November, gave the Broncos a chance against Houston, allowed the Broncos to get done these last 2 games, and now you look at where the Broncos stand, Phil. They're 5-6. They're a game back of the last wild card spot, but they've just taken out 2 very tough teams in the last 2 weeks. And now you look at December. Cincinnati is on the skids right now. San Francisco struggling through a bad season. Cleveland coming at home could be interesting. And then Oakland in Week 16. The Broncos have a chance to really take this 2-game winning streak and turn it into something bigger, maybe 6 games going into the season finale. We'll see.
The Broncos offense made plays when they counted, including Emmanuel Sanders, the former Steeler. Matt Boyer is inside the Broncos locker room with number 10.
Inside the Broncos locker room with Emmanuel Sanders, 7 catches, 86 yards, and a touchdown. First of all, take me through that touchdown catch. What did you see? It seemed like a broken play, but Case found you.
Yeah. It was actually up-tempo. I was able to block the end and loop back around, and Case found me. So it was a great play by Case. It definitely was a broken play. More my fault, but we ended up making it work and ended up got a touchdown, so it feels good.
I know you used to play for the Steelers, but it seems like every time you play these guys, big games for you. What is with you and playing the Steelers, man?
I could have had a bigger game. You know me, I always look back at the plays, the diving catches I could have made, but we got the win, and if you want to call it a big game, call it a big game, but to me, I was just trying to lead my team to victory. Just trying to make the necessary plays to get us out of the stadium with a W, and thank God I was able to do that.
Get you out of here on this one. What does this do for you guys now, the momentum, 2-0 in the last couple of weeks?
Hey, we're 2-0, 2 wins in a row, but at the end of the day, we're just trying to remain 1-0, and that's the motto. And so 1 game at a time. We got Cincy next week on the road, another AFC North opponent, so we got to go out there and handle business.
Congrats.
All right, thanks.
Appreciate it, man.
Thank you very much, Matt. Yeah, Emmanuel Sanders broke the team down at the beginning of the game. A very emotionally charged game for him, playing his former team in the Pittsburgh Steelers. And Mace, this was a very emotional game overall. The Broncos had the lead, and then they gave up 14 unanswered, including a 97-yard touchdown.
Oh my goodness, between that play and then the fake field goal at the end of the first half, there were two moments where the air just completely went out of Broncos Stadium at Mile High, and you thought it's teetering now. The Broncos could be in a lot of trouble. But Chris Harris Jr. with an interception that really turned the game back in the Broncos' favor. And then right after that, of course, you've got Emmanuel Sanders with a couple of catches against his old team, 38 yards, and then a 5-yard score. Massive.
Yeah, that was a big emotional swings in this game. Phillip Lindsay, another emotional player. Let's go back inside the Broncos locker room. Matt Boyer standing by with the hometown kid.
Thanks, Phil. Inside a very happy Broncos locker room with Phillip Lindsay. Phil, take me through this game. Over 100 yards on the ground, a touchdown. First of all, let's talk about that touchdown. What did you see on that play?
The offensive line did their job. Rollback did their job. We was in it.
Thanks, Phil.
Yeah, it was a whole team effort, that whole drive. So I can't just pinpoint one thing, but everybody moved.
What was clicking for you guys on offense? Because it seemed like you guys were firing on all cylinders.
Yeah, I mean, we're starting to come together. You know, we understand what we need to do. And Case is starting to heat up. He understands what we need to do. So it makes it a lot easier. And our offensive line's playing a hell of a job.
You set another record for Bronco rookie rushing. You're piling up these records. I know it's a team game for you, but it's got to make you feel good how far you've come so far this year.
Man, it definitely makes me feel good how far I came. But, you know, for me, it's all about the team. And you know, I wouldn't be anywhere without these dudes and the receivers blocking, offensive line blocking, Case getting the ball to all of us. So it's all about everybody, you know. But the offensive line is really pushing hard for me to get Offensive Rookie of the Year. So, you know, they're going to keep doing what they have to do.
Congrats on a great game.
All right, thank you.
Phil, we'll toss it back to you on the field.
Thank you very much, Matt. 110 yards on the ground for Phillip Lindsay today. And we hope to hear from Vance Joseph here in just a little bit. We'll toss it over to the podium. And Vance Joseph, I'm sure, doesn't want to hear the word playoffs thrown around too much. But this Broncos team has improved to 5-6 now, and it's a realistic conversation.
It's a realistic conversation. You're a game back of the Colts and Ravens, both sitting there at 6-5. So you still need some help. Tiebreakers don't really favor you at this point. You still really need to be perfect or dadgum close to it. I'd say probably perfect. Probably need to win all 5 to give yourselves a shot going into the end of the season. But we'll see. The pulse, it was faint going into the bye. Got a little stronger last week. Got a lot stronger today because now you're looking at the next 4 games before that season ender against the Chargers. And you see 4 teams with losing records. The Bengals, like I said, sliding badly right now. The toughest one of those 4 looks like Cleveland.
Yeah, all very winnable games for this Broncos team that has now won 2 games in a row. We didn't even mention this, but one of the biggest plays of the game was a turnover from Will Parks, saved a touchdown right at the goal line. Let's go back inside the Broncos locker room where Matt Boyer has number 34.
Thanks, Phil. Inside the Broncos locker room with Philly Will. Philly, tell me about this game, man. I know you got Justin Simmons is over here too.
Hey, game ball, 3-4. I know y'all saw the hit.
Nah.
Tell me about the hit first.
First of all, that's a team win.
Okay.
But the hit, I mean, I don't know what the guy was thinking, but all I knew was I got to give him something, and the ball came loose. I felt myself hit the ball, and then once I got up and the ref made that call, man, I was ecstatic. I knew it was going to be a good day, so that's all she wrote.
What was with this defense today? Because you got the hit, you know, D-Stu gets the fumble recovery, Shelby with the INT. What was clicking for you guys?
How many turnovers is that?
I think you guys
4?
yeah.
I mean, Coach preach turnovers all the time. We get 3, we're going to win by a lot. We got 4 today, but that's a great team, so you got to give your kudos to them. But, guys just came to play today, and that's a testament to us that practice, man. We work hard. We go out there, Coach tell us to, believe in each other, and we starting 1-0. We 0-0 now. That game, yeah, we won it and everything like that, but we got to get ready for next week, so it's all good.
Well, congratulations.
Appreciate it.
Thank you very much, Matt. An exciting win for the Broncos, 24-17 over the Pittsburgh Steelers. That's going to do it for us. For Matt Boyer, Andrew Mason, I am Phil Milani. This has been the Broncos Live postgame show.